Our today's topic is bryophytes, and in this class we will be discussing origin, distribution, and classification of bryophyte. So, Bryophyta is a division of kingdom Plantae, comprises of liverworts, hornworts, and mosses. Bryophytes are a group of green plants which occupy a position between the thallophytes, means algae, and the vascular cryptogams, means pteridophytes. Bryophytes produce embryos but lack seeds and vascular tissues. They are the most simple and primitive group of embryophyta. They are said to be the first land plants or non-vascular land plants. Presence of swimming antherozoids is an evidence of their aquatic ancestry. So first of all, we'll start with the origin of bryophytes. There are two hypotheses regarding the origin of bryophytes. One is algal hypothesis, second is pteridophyte hypothesis of the origin of bryophytes. First is algal hypothesis of origin. There is no fossil evidence of origin of bryophytes from alga, but bryophytes resemble with algae in characters like amphibious nature, presence of flagellated antherozoids, and necessity of water for fertilization. This hypothesis was supported by scientists like Smith, Bower, Fritsch. According to Fritsch and Smith, bryophytes have been originated from the heterotrichous green alga. For example, Freshella belonging to the order Chaetophorales. Heterotrichous means when thallus is differentiated into an upright or a projection system and a prostrate portion. Second is Pteridophyte hypothesis of origin. According to this hypothesis, bryophytes are descendant of pteridophytes. They are evolved from pteridophytes by progressive simplification or reduction of structures. This hypothesis is based on certain characters like presence of type of stomata on sporangium, for example in antherozoids, and apophysis of mosses similar to vascular land plants. Similarly, in the sporophyte of some bryophytes like antherozoids, sphagnum, Antria, with some members of Xylophytales order of pteridophytes. For example, Rhynia, Horneophyton. Rhynia and Horneophyton are fossil pteridophytes. This hypothesis was supported by scientists like Scott, Kashyap, then Mehra, etc. Next is distribution of bryophytes. Bryophytes are represented by 960 genera and 24,000 species. They are cosmopolitan in distribution. Cosmopolitan means different, means in different areas in various parts of the world. So they are cosmopolitan in distribution and are found growing both in temperate and tropical regions of the world. At an altitude of 4,000 to 8,000 feet. In India, bryophytes are quite abundant in both Nilgiri Hills and Himalayas. Then Kullu, Manali, Shimla, Darjeeling, Dalhousie, Garhwal are some of the hilly regions which also have a luxuriant growth of bryophytes. Eastern Himalayas have the richest in bryophytic flora. A few species of Riccia, Mercantia, Funaria occur in plain of UP, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Gujarat, and South India. In hilly areas, they grow during the summer or rainy season. Winter is the rest period. In the plain, rest period is summer, whereas active growth takes place during the winter and the rainy season. Bryophytes grow densely in moist and shady places and form thick carpet or mat on damp soils, rock, bark of trees, especially during rainy season. Majority of the species are terrestrial, but few species are aquatic also, like Riccia, Riciocarpa species, then Riella species. So bryophytes are not found in sea, but some mosses are found growing in the crevices of rocks, and are being regularly bathed by seawater. For example, in the case of Gremia species. Some bryophytes also grow in diverse habitat, like sphagnum grow in bogs. Then dendroceros, it's an epiphytic. Epiphytic means grow on other plants. Then Radula protensa and Crossometrium, they are epiphyllous. Epiphyllous means grow on or is attached to the leaf of another plants. Then Polytrichum uh, juniperidum, it's a xerophytic. Then Tortula moralis grow on old walls. Tortula desertorum in deserts. Porella on dry rocks. Then a moss like Cryptogams, mirabilis, and Boxbaumia, they are saprophytic in nature. Next is general characters of bryophytes. Bryophytes follow heterologous, haplodiplontic type of life cycle. Haplodiplontic means in their life cycle, they have both haploid and diploid generation, undergo mitotic divisions, means alternation of generation of two stages. One is haploid and one is diploid, with each phase being almost equal in duration. Then the dominant plant body in bryophyte is gametophyte, on which sporophyte is semi-parasitic for its nutrition. The thalloid gametophyte differentiated into rhizoids, axis means stem, and leaves, vascular tissues. Vascular tissues, xylem and phloem, are absent in bryophytes. Gametophyte bear multicellular and jacketed sex organs, antheridia and archegonia. Sexual reproduction is oogamous type. Multicellular embryo dwelled inside archegonium. Sporophyte, it's differentiated into foot, seta, and capsule, means in three different parts. Capsule, uppermost part, it produces haploid meiospores of similar type, means it's homosporous. Then spores germinate into juvenile gametophyte called protonema. Protonema? Protonema, it's a thread-like chain of cells that form the early stage of development of a moss or some liverworts, means it is the true first tissue to emerge from a spore and is the primary filamentous with primary filamentous structure. Now, progressive sterilization of this porogenous tissue. It noticed from lower to higher bryophytes. Bryophytes are classified under three classes. Hepatici means liverworts, antherozoids, hornworts, and musky mosses. So next is classification of bryophytes. According to the latest recommendation of ICBN, International Code of Botanical Nomenclature, bryophytes have been divided into three classes. First is Hepatici, Hepaticopsida. Another name of Hepatici, Hepaticopsida, means having liverworts. Then Antherozoitopsida, hornworts, and third is Bryopsida, having mosses. So first class Hepaticopsida. In class Hepaticopsida, here gametophytic plant body. It is either thalloid or foliose. If foliose, the lateral appendages means leaves are without midrib and always dorsiventral. Rhizoids without septa. Each cell in the thallus contains many chloroplasts, but the chloroplasts are without pyrenoid bodies. Sex organs are embedded in the dorsal surface of the gametophytic body. Then sporophyte may be simple in the case of Riccia, having one having means only capsule, or differentiated into foot, seta, and capsule. For example, in the case of Mercantia, then Purella, Pelia, etc. Capsule lacks columella. This class Hepaticopsida has 4 orders. First is Calobryales, younger menials, Spherocarpales, and Marcantiales. Second class is Antherozoids. Here gametophytic plant body is simple, thalloid. Thallus is dorsiventral without air chambers, means shows no internal differentiation of tissues. Scales are absent in the thallus. Each cell of the thallus possesses a single large chloroplast with pyrenoid. Sporophyte is cylindrical and only partially dependent upon the gametophyte for its nutrition. It is differentiated into bulbous foot and cylindrical capsule. Seta is meristematic in this case. Then endothecium, it forms the sterile central column, that is columella. In the capsule, means columella is present in Anthoceratopsida class. Then it has only one order, Anthocerotales. Third class is Bryophyta. Here gametophyte is differentiated into prostrate protonema and an erect gametophore. Right? Gametophore is a leafy shoot in mosses that produce sex organs or gametangia. So gametophore is foliose, means differentiated into an axis, means stem, and lateral appendages like leaves but without midrib. Rhizoids are multicellular with oblique septa. Elaters are absent here in the capsule of sporangium. Sex organs are produced in separate branches, immersed in a group of leaves. It has only 3 orders: bryales, andrales, and sphagnales. Next is why bryophytes are called amphibians of plant kingdom. Bryophytes are also known as amphibians of plant kingdom because water is needed to complete the life cycle in the case of bryophytes. Just like in animal kingdom, here the class amphibia, you have studied about amphibian. Amphibians here means it includes those vertebrates which are amphibians in nature, that is, they can live on land as well as in water. Similarly, majority of the bryophytes are terrestrial, but they are incompletely adapted to the land conditions. They are unable to grow during dry season and require sufficient amount of water for their vegetative growth. So water is absolutely essential for the maturity of sex organs and fertilization. Without water, they are unable to complete their life cycle. On account of their complex dependence on external water for completing their life cycle, bryophytes, along with pteridophytes, are regarded as amphibians of plant kingdom. Thank you.